Also, because it's just me raving about Guilford Godfrey for like an hour.
Gilbert?
That movie. Gilbert?
Gilbert Godfrey?
I mean, this is Iago.
Didn't he die?
That's probably why he wasn't in the live action one.
Do your best Gilbert Godfrey impression. Welcome to the room upstairs. However he does it.
Sounds nothing like
Or whatever. I don't know. I'm not doing it. Okay.
Well, this is our cold open.
Well, everybody, welcome to the room upstairs. I'm your new host, Hayden Evans. I'm here with my buddies Bird the DJ,
What?
the TallBeing, and MephisJoe. Better.
Yeah.
Not
That's take
MephisJoe,
two.
it's
The tall bean.
TallBeing.
All right, give a hand clap. This is our, we're going to jump you later on
Okay.
to make it official.
Yep.
But we decided to go ahead and add Mr. Hayden to the roster of the room upstairs. So he is officially part of the podcast.
Yep. I am honored.
No, we're honored.
I doubt it.
That's
You're upstairs.
we're happy you're here.
I'm happy.
You're upstairs now.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, it was cool. Like it just felt like a good fit. Obviously, like we all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I want to put up a picture of you and this guy playing a game from a long time ago.
Dude, that's still one of my favorite.
Ancient.
Yeah.
Ancient.
Is that that birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electric gym leader.
Oh yeah.
Shock and awe. Badge. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a while, and you know you've always been into the movies and comics and stuff. So it just made sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll have him here as he's officially part of the group, but like you may not be able to make all of them.
Yeah.
He is our official Zoidation historian. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not obsessed.
So all right. So we're glad to have you here. Thanks. Look him up. It's Hayden Evans.
Yeah. I don't post a lot, but once in a while there's a little nugget on there.
It's gold.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Nugget.
So
Yeah.
follow us on our socials, not just him.
No, yeah, don't.
The room
You'll probably
upstairs.
get more from the room upstairs page than me.
Yeah, room upstairs. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook, and of course on YouTube. If you're not watching us, we're on YouTube. So check us out.
Hinge, if you're swiping through Hinge.
Encarta us.
You can go ahead and put us on Hinge. I don't
I'm
know
not
what you're talking about.
That's some weird advertisement.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Follow us. Say what's up to Hayden.
Yep.
Let
me know if you're not okay with this.
I mean, it's not gonna make a difference.
It's not,
okay,
but
so
let me know.
so what will happen though, while we're talking about all of us, is we are going to have to do our voting a little different because if it's 2 and 2, like we can't have that. So we are
if he's
going
officially on the show, he's not a half point anymore.
Yeah.
but we are going to have to do half points.
I will say I am easily swayed about stuff.
Well,
So,
I mean, if you get swayed, you get swayed. But if you don't, we have to have a tiebreaker, and I think our half point system is the best way to do that.
because I'll tell you right now,
So
like all it takes is one good argument for TallBeing, and then I might be like, actually, I'm with that. Actually,
yeah.
You
Well,
know.
we'll see what happens. But just in case, I think regardless, we'll do our half point, but it won't be the same person every time. So we'll rotate it. Whenever there's 4 of us, if there's only 3 of us, then we all get full
Just be
votes.
honest, like, oh hey, I'm really gonna be biased this episode. So just
Yeah.
make me half a
Okay.
point.
You get we'll rotate it. I don't know how we'll do it. But since you're new, you start off with the half points for the battles.
I'm fine with that.
So
I make good cases.
okay. So that's how we'll do the battle voting.
Sounds good.
Yep. Okay. Unless we come up with a different way after this.
Or you could just make me like a point and a half.
Or
I'll make you more. We could do that too.
That
Either way.
it's never tied. 'cause
Look,
I'm a point
however
and a
you
half.
want to look at it that way.
I'll say instead of calling him, it's Hayden. We can call him half point Hayden.
Half point Hayden. I don't like that at all. I really don't like that at all. So,
Okay, so speaking of the battles,
Yes.
we are going to be doing our composer battle with Howard Shore versus Bernard Hermann. That'll come up in just a little bit.
Yes.
First, a quick Conan update. Any of you guys have an update?
Conan the Barbarian was on sale this last week for $4.99 on the App Store.
okay.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's the update.
That's
That's the update. It was
So-
on sale. You probably missed it.
The Destroyer was not though. still full price. That was weird.
That was weird.
It is on a streaming service right now.
It's on.
though.
It's either on Amazon or on Netflix because I was watching it just a few nights ago.
Hey, you got it.
Yeah.
It's on. You just gotta watch
Yeah.
it.
Another quick update.
Yeah.
We were on another podcast.
Oh, that's
He
right.
wasn't
Yeah.
because it was recorded like
Months
5
ago.
months ago or something.
5 months ago.
It wasn't that long, but it was very.
It was
close.
cooler weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so go check that out. It's the Young Dad podcast. It's the three of us. We're just talking about being dads and young.
You know how I am, real daddish.
You're a father figure.
And Bird and
To a
I
lot
are very
of people.
young.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
very accurate descriptors.
Yeah, no, go check it out. The Young Dad podcast is Jay Young is the host. It's a good podcast, so go check it out. We were on there. I think it's episode like 132 or something like that.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? No.
No,
No.
we jump into it. We
All
jump
right.
into it now.
So this episode, we're not aside from the actual composer battle.
Mhm.
We're not going to do a movie battle
We're
today.
not gonna do it.
There's a lot of stuff that went down
Yep.
with Marvel, a lot of stuff with DC. So we're just going to hour rant today. And
Next time will be the Aladdin episode.
next time we're going to battle the
It's pronounced Aladdin.
animated Aladdin and the live action Aladdin. That's our next battle. Any of you
Yeah.
guys that have seen that have a preference, you can go ahead and start letting us know. Put in your comments and let us know which one you think is the better movie. And we'll do that next time.
It's out
Check out our last episode because it was the Planet of the Apes.
Dude.
together strong.
Okay, let's start with that real quick.
Oh yeah.
Because when we did our episode last time, you didn't see the last 3 movies.
That's 4.
I had watched Rise. That's the first one of
Mhm.
the new movies years and years ago.
Mhm.
But I had watched the Mark Wahlberg one in preparation,
Right.
and that was a hunk of crap.
Yeah.
And the original, still pretty good.
Mhm.
But I was like, James Franco's in this,
Right.
Maybe it was just my attitude at the time. I actually appreciate some of the stuff that he's done since, and so I rewatched it, and I was like, this is actually pretty good, a lot better than I remembered.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a little biased. And then I watched the next 2 and really loved them and agree. I'm like, it is a travesty that these are not more well regarded, and that this isn't like just on list of like really good trilogies.
I agree.
I really liked them. I loved all the new stuff, the jokes and characters that you guys already pointed out, so I don't feel like I got to belabor that.
Right. But you have your own point of view now.
I do have my
It is-
own point of view. I do really enjoy them. I'm looking forward to watching the next one and seeing where that goes. And
There you go. That's the power of peer
yeah,
pressure.
and I was legit like, I was legit at this. I was like, man, like, what is it? I mean, apes are just really in right now. Right?
Yeah.
They
We got-
are.
I just wanted to tie up our last episode.
Yeah, those loose ends.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wanna
go
finish it off like a knife through the ribs.
Yep.
there you go. Check it out. Planet of the Apes episode was the last one. If you like the Planet of the Apes, you'll love the episode. If you don't like the Planet of the Apes, check out the episode, and then you'll like
Watch
the
it
Planet
again.
of the Apes.
Yeah.
Watch it again.
Yeah, watch especially that last one. And it's like Woody Harrelson, phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
Phenomenal performance.
It doesn't matter what he's in. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, yeah.
Go all in on it.
Yeah, I saw. And I'm not going to sidetrack us, but I do have some interesting Woody Harrelson things that like connect. Him and Bill Murray and just fun stuff.
Yeah.
But
One
maybe,
day.
maybe another time.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe someday they'll remake Kingpin and we can
Then we talk
do that
about
one.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
think
let's
you
go ahead and get into the actual composer battle then.
Yeah. So today, as you said, will be Howard Shore, who's done. Or you have a list already? Of
I
the,
do have a list, but
Right.
if you have something, go
I
ahead.
don't.
It's going to be
Okay.
real. Remember last time he had the list? It was like 2 movies.
Yeah,
I
That's
didn't bring.
that's true.
No, you do the list.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
go ahead and read the
list.
highlights.
Yeah. So Howard Shore.
So we got Howard Shore. He's 78 years young.
Mhm.
Been in the game for a while. He's got 110 credits.
I
to
heard
his
he's thinking about running for president. He's going to
I
be the
think
young
he
guy in the
could.
game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss the other guy.
he could do it. So he's got the Lord of the Rings series, The Hobbit, Pale Blue Eyes, Maps to the Stars, Twilight, The Departed, Gangs of New York, High Fidelity, Dogma, Silence of the Lambs, Big, and that's just
He did Big?
he did Big.
Oh, I could have sworn I was like John Williams or
No, it was Howard Shore,
Oh, okay.
and he also did Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh.
That's good.
So like that's just some highlights,
Yeah.
right? 110 credits, and so he's going up against Bernard Herrmann, who has passed away at 64, and he had 92 credits to his name. He was like the Alfred Hitchcock guy, so he did Psycho, Vertigo, North by Northwest. He did Rawhide, some episodes of Rawhide. He did Journey to the Center of the Earth, Taxi Driver, The Day the Earth Stood Still. So those are some of his highlights. And we ready to battle them?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I have my vote.
You do?
Mhm.
Okay, so you're getting half point.
Yeah.
Half point Hayden.
Yeah. Right now.
All right, so who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Bernard Herrmann.
Okay.
So, I love both of their stuff.
Yeah.
Howard Shore. I didn't even realize he did a bunch of those. There were some that I was like, yeah, I knew that one. And I do like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Gangs of New York. I listened to that. That's a good score. We need to watch that movie soon.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. But I just really enjoy Bernard Herrmann's like style.
Mhm.
Very thrillerish. Taxi Driver, I've legitimately listened to not for this multiple times.
Mhm.
Just because I really like that like unnerving saxophone that's underneath everything. It's beautiful. And I just really like his stuff. Like Howard Shore feels very classical in a lot of his things.
Yeah.
And Bernard Herrmann feels like a much older generation experimental kind of guy
Mm-hmm.
with how he was doing things.
And we
Like
know he
his-
likes those experimental guys.
I do.
Yep.
That's true.
All right.
Like,
Well,
just the psycho, like that screeching sound. Like,
yeah.
nothing else is like that. So, and anything that is because he set that precedent.
Very good argument, Hayden. So we already know that you're going to vote that because he presented a good case. You
No,
said you're easily swayed,
I am
so
easily
we can
swayed.
go ahead and skip you.
but I'm not swayed today.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go Howard Shore.
Ooh. Ow.
You
That
okay?
hurt.
I'm gonna go Howard Shore. I really tried to give the other guy a chance and like listen to his stuff for a while, and then I found myself just
Getting stressed out.
I switched
trying to
back
use the
over.
toilet
I
and
switched
you're-
back over and
We need the Shire sound.
He didn't even give him his. He said that the other
The
guy.
other guy.
Yeah,
Disrespect.
listen, it's okay. It's all right.
He's like, he's dead.
I'm
It's
half
fine.
a point. Like you guys shouldn't be threatened by me. But
This is not a Bob Hoskins situation.
I'm gonna go Howard Shore. I really like the guy. I think I made a bigger case for him on the last time I was on here
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Spider-Man for Howard Shore. And so like I'm gonna stick to my guns.
Okay.
So
You want to go next or me?
Pew pew. No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
So yeah, this was fairly easy for me.
Mhm.
Two very different styles again.
Mhm.
Howard Shore's got beautiful music, right? Like his composing is John Williams-esque, right? The Lord of the Rings stuff has like great music. And like you're saying, Bernard has the more jolting, kind of jarring stuff.
Mhm.
And so it's very different. For my movies, which I don't know how much of a surprise is going to be to anybody, but for my movies, I like the jarring stuff.
Mhm.
So I also vote for Bernard Herrmann.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that his stuff just goes so. His stuff just makes the movies,
Mm.
right? Whereas Howard Shore, again, like who did we battle last time?
Oh,
Giacchino?
last time. No, it wasn't Giacchino. It was
Whoever it was, where
Yeah.
he provides the background for the scenes.
Mm.
Beautiful music. So like if it's who composes the better music,
Mhm.
Howard Shore, I think, easily composes the better music. Like he's got beautiful
Mhm.
arrangements.
I can agree.
But as far as like a score for a movie, I think Bernard Herrmann is up there.
And that makes sense. I mean, just going off when we were talking about Jerry Goldsmith and like why
Yes.
we felt like he was just obviously top.
Mhm.
I mean, it's the same case. I kind of
Yeah.
Even though I picked Howard Shore, I almost agree with you. Like it's like
You can agree with me, but still pick Shore. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
I
was-
agree too. I see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
Like Howard Shore, he has the Lord of the Rings themes, which
Yeah.
I know, having never watched those movies.
Which is
So,
a travesty.
I know. But
It's
I haven't been sick yet.
It
so-
cuts
Yeah.
me every time.
Yeah, and it's preference, right? Like,
yeah.
you know,
But your reasoning, I 100% agree with. Like,
Gotcha.
I do like your reasoning behind it.
okay. So then that's my vote.
So I may have just been swayed. I don't know. We'll see what Joe said. My answer was clearly biased, and I was just sticking to my guns. But
I don't know. I mean, I
made
think
a really good case, but then it's like,
it doesn't really matter at this point though, because
It
we
really
already
doesn't.
vote
Mhm.
two votes to
yeah.
even if you vote sure.
You just keep it.
Yeah, and that's it is a really tough one because their styles are so different. And I'll be honest, I don't appreciate the jarring, but they fit what he was doing.
Yeah.
Right. My vote is probably for sure, but primarily because I feel like we're undercrediting him, right? Because Lord of the Rings is really good, but what makes it epic?
Yeah.
It's the music, right?
Mhm.
Like, and it has produced. I mean, just like the opening, like like the sound that or the music that plays when they're giving like the background, the history, like it's epic now, and we can recognize it now. That didn't exist before.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's not just like, oh, he puts, he's a good composer and he composes, good music or decent music for something. Like he set the tone for the movies, right? Like, because you go from something like that, let's to Big, which is an entirely different kind of movie, entirely different feel, and he nails
has
that
that
too,
range,
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and so he's showing his range, and we can see it. Like, and this one almost got him disqualified, but the Twilight movies, right? Or at least
I was just gonna ignore
whatever
him.
he did, right? But
that's probably for his daughter or something. Like,
probably, possibly, like what's his name? Hugo Mortensen did Lord of the Rings because of his son. So like we know those things happen.
Yeah.
But
Or the paycheck.
there's just a reality that like even that like the music doesn't detract from the movie as much as you want it to because
it's Twilight
of the source material. Yeah, but when you go through look at that list and the things that he does very well. They match. Hugo is a good example. Like another different kind of movie, different era, and he matches that era with the music, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, man, he's got chops. And,
Yeah, I think Silence of the Lambs is another good
true.
example because that one's a very eerie score.
Yeah. And so he can give it to you, and so that he gets my vote primarily because of the amount of things that I recognize and can instantly recognize the music to. I don't, not anything against the other guy.
Bernard.
Bernard, I do appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure I voted for him in the last battle that he was in.
Probably.
Yeah,
That's why he moved on.
I think that's why he moved on. Yeah, but and he's going to move on again anyway. Yeah, but my vote, probably goes.
Yeah,
sure.
and I'm not going to only say that Bernard just has the jarring stuff too, because he did Citizen Kane and even some of the score from Vertigo. Like, whenever you see a romantic scene, usually when it's like being parodied, there's this like score in the background where it's really like romantic sounding.
Yeah.
That's from Bernard Hermann. Like he did that in Citizen Kane. He did that in Vertigo.
He inspired that.
Yeah. So like he's got that also. So like he's not
he
just
established a lot of sounds too.
He's not
in
just
the same
the
way that
jarring
Howard
type of-
Shore created like that epic feel.
Yeah. I just wanted
Fantasy
to be clear that he's not just the jarring guy.
Yeah. He's not. And that's the thing. None of the guys on here are one note.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, like for me, I just had to look at the stuff that I could easily recognize and knew, and quite honestly appreciate more because, like, those are. Though I just lean towards the works that Shore has done, and not so much to the other guy.
The other guy.
Yeah. Well,
that other guy won.
He did
so.
win.
Yeah.
He did win, and he's
Just
moving forward.
In the next bracket, just put the other guy.
The other guy.
Well, congrats, Bernard Hermann.
Listen, if I
moving
didn't have
on.
half a point.
Next battle. is going to be one that I've been looking forward to for a long time.
I've been stressing.
Not me. Not me. This is tough.
This is Alan Silvestri versus Hans Zimmer.
I'll go half point.
You go half point next.
Yeah,
one?
and we'll just make arguments.
Okay.
I like that.
Pit us against each other.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, well, that's the composer battle.
Yeah.
Today.
Okay. Cool. Well,
I'm not even mad. Like I mean, I get it. For me, it just really came down to preference.
Yeah. This is not a robbing situation
Yeah,
like
I don't
Takino,
feel. I
who
don't
should
feel
have
mad.
won.
Yeah. What? No.
who did he battle?
Mother's Bow.
Mother's Bow. That's right. That's right. But see, that was another example of, and that's why I said
Absolutely
it may not be a surprise who I
robbed.
picked on this one because Mother's Bow is the same thing for me.
Robbed, I tell you.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into our hour ranting.
All right.
What do we have?
So
what do we
first,
have
we had a lot of Comic-Con news.
Oh, geez, yeah.
But we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Because we have one thing that was not from Comic-Con, which
The
we need to
Olympics.
talk about. Yeah!
That's-
We love Steve.
Stop bringing stuff up that's not on the list.
that was my fault. That was my fault.
No, that was his fault. He said it.
Uh,
Oh no, it was you. Huh?
I did. I said
Traitor.
Olympics first, and then he said Steve, and then I got excited because that's what I wanted to talk about.
It's
Right.
fine.
Okay.
Did you say your piece?
My what?
Did you say your piece?
No, he
about
said his
Was that
Steve.
it?
My piece?
About Steve.
Oh, I just.
Was that it? Are you good?
Yeah,
You get it out?
Yeah, we're talking too much about it now.
Okay. All right.
No, he did great.
I'm making sure
Clark
you don't bring
Kent,
it up
and he
later
turned-
on. You know.
He was Clark Kent turned into Superman, and I'm proud of him.
All right.
That's all.
Go
Good job,
Steve.
Steve.
Go Steve.
Go Steve.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Yes. Okay, so you guys have watched the new first part?
Have
Yep.
you watched it, MephisJoe?
The Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I'm still like a
Oh, that's
season or
right.
two
You're
behind.
still way behind.
So we can't spoil this then.
We won't spoil it too much.
Dishonored.
He doesn't care about the spoilers, but you
Dishonored
guys
to
might care about the
you.
spoilers. So we won't do a whole lot of spoiling on it.
I'm going to spoil him.
But this is the first block of 5 episodes out of 3 blocks
Mhm.
of 5
Oh,
episodes.
it's going to
For
be
the
3?
final
Yeah.
season.
I thought it was just going to be a two-parter.
Mm-mm.
No, it's
It's 3
15
parts.
So
episodes.
3 blocks.
All
3
those
blocks.
kids are aging out, man. You gotta
Yeah.
be done.
Yeah, so we've
Plus,
got the first
what's
5.
Honestly, it's looking like this is going to be the final
Well, yeah,
season.
Blue Beetle's
They
getting
said
too
it was
famous.
last
You know,
one.
like come on.
Yeah.
That paycheck is not
That was the point,
as
is-
small as it used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bound to happen.
So yeah, first 5 were released. It's on Netflix. If you guys have Netflix and haven't watched it, highly recommend. There is cussing. There is.
Ooh, there is.
That's what Netflix does, man.
So
Slip it in
know,
there.
if you're not cool with that, then obviously don't watch it or run it through VidAngel.
Just
But
read the
other than
transcript.
that, highly recommend the show.
Yeah. You want? We should all give a little piece about it.
Okay, go ahead.
So I love season 5 like so much. It's the best season of the show. This one is not done
previous.
yet.
This is
yeah,
season
previous.
6.
Yes, this is season 6. So far, this one has not yet reached that. But again, this is like the setup third of the entire show.
Yeah, because it
Or
was a
of the
whole year and a
season.
half or 2 years since.
It's been very
It
long.
feels like it's been a while.
Yeah.
This season so far has been solid. There have been some weird things, like one, there are a lot of characters now,
Mhm.
and it's decided to focus on even more of them, partially because it has the episodes to do it for this season. So it's like, all right, we're going to flesh out everyone so that everyone has a story to tell here,
Mhm.
which is good. I like that. Each episode feels like it's focusing on different people, so it's nice. It is weird that we still haven't really gotten a Miguel-focused episode,
Mhm.
even though he's like the show's
Well,
main
I
character
got a theory.
up
about
to
that.
this point. But like, it's bound to happen in the
He's too
next
famous.
5 at least.
Right, I would think so.
Yeah. I think this season is where all of the cracks are starting to show, and the show is kind of breaking under its own weight
Mhm.
of like things have gotten so convoluted, and keeping track of who has beef with who and why and for how long, and this person betrayed this person and now they're mad. It's a lot.
You know what they should do? They should just lean into it and have like one of the characters just walk up and punch another one and be like, "That's for what you did." And they'd be like, "What did I do?" And they'd be like, You know what? You actually didn't do anything. I'm so sorry.
It was the other side character.
So you say that, but there is kind of those moments in it
Yeah.
where they bring back stuff from the first season, and they're still mad about those things.
Yeah.
So
It's like, why are you still mad about this? It's been 2 years in the
For
show.
reasons.
Well, for me,
For story.
for me, it's weird, but it almost kind of makes the show feel a little more real to me.
Yeah.
'Cause
they're
that's
real-
what I.
Because in real life, yeah, you'll have people where you're like, I thought we were over that. Like, why are you bringing that back up? But I forgot what I was going to say.
Here, I'll tell you.
TallBeing just finished.
I'll tell you what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I keep waiting for Neil Patrick Harris to show up and be supportive of Johnny. Do it,
Like,
Johnny.
he was just a kid.
Sweep
Yeah.
the leg.
Okay.
Alright, so your piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you done?
I'm just gonna finish real quick.
Yeah.
Just I like it so far.
Mhm.
It's definitely all the setup. I think I see the structure that's gonna happen for the rest of the blocks. The next 5 are definitely gonna be the tournament. Like that was just the implicit promise of the end of the last episode was,
Yeah.
they're at the tournament now. That's what the next 5 are gonna be. Which means that we have 5 episodes after that. And either the tournament goes on for 10, which I refuse to accept happens, or there's going to be some big event that happens during it.
I do.
And-
I already know what the event is.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
I do.
I do too. I'm pretty sure.
They're gonna resurrect Miyagi.
That would be awesome.
It's gonna become a whole different show.
It's entire. No,
It's Cobra Kai and zombies.
I
That would be
basically guarantee by the time this season ends, Hilary Swank shows up.
Okay.
There is no reason anymore for her to not be in this show.
Oh, for sure.
And I feel like they are very heavily setting it up with
That's-
like, oh, Mr. Miyagi was hiding this box and he had a whole past life he wasn't telling anyone about. I wonder what else he's hiding. It's like, okay,
I agree with
he
you.
trained someone else. That
even
was the thing
even
he's
better
hiding.
when she does show up, she's got his love child.
No.
No.
You gotta watch the shows before.
Yeah. Dude.
We can't keep doing this.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just trying to help spice it up.
I agree with you.
Too much spice. Overspiced.
Overspiced.
So I agree with the whole Hilary Swank thing. It's at the point that if she doesn't come in,
There's gonna be disappointment,
well, I
right?
just think it's obvious she didn't want to. Like if she doesn't come in, I don't think it's on them. It was just they couldn't get her.
Yeah.
Because I agree with TallBeing.
It's gonna be really hard to get her. Did you see when she hit that thing? When she fell and hit her neck on that thing? It's gonna be really hard to get her. You don't just jump up out of
Like
the.
in real life.
Hospital
No,
chair.
man, he's talking about $1 Million Baby.
Dude, stop, man. All right, Bird.
Okay, so I am about to follow Hilary Swank right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
followed.
right. You go.
Just in
She
case.
is just will I get back? Oh, that has nothing to do with it. Okay. So yeah, Cobra Kai has been a favorite show for me.
Oh yeah, it's like
I-
up with Zorro. for me.
I look forward to the show every time. So like when it finally came out, like we watched it in I think 2 days or 3
Yeah.
days.
It's 2.
I mean it was only 5 episodes, but still like normally we don't watch shows like that.
No.
So super hyped about it. I still like it. The first 5 episodes have been entertaining enough.
Mhm.
They are setup episodes. I feel like
Mhm.
it's kind of because it's been so long. It feels like it's kind of reestablishing the characters a little bit.
Yeah.
To like, hey, remember these guys? Here's where we're at. So I feel like that's what these 5
As if
episodes
we
are.
don't live in the age of binge watching. You know.
Right. But they did it anyway. But it was still fun. Like the fights were still cool.
Mhm. Some solid fights.
And yeah, so I'm enjoying it still so far, and I am very much looking forward to the next 5, and then the last 5, and then the Karate Kid movie after that.
There's a gaping Terry Silver shaped hole in my heart. Still.
Sure.
I'm
Sure.
fine.
I miss him in this
I
show
know.
so much. He
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that like
raised the stakes so hard.
he has much more charisma than Kreese,
Yeah.
but I'm okay with that. I still want to see Kreese was the original guy, so I'm all right with seeing like how his story ends up playing out.
Yeah, and I think they will do something cool with him. It's just it feels weird going back to Kreese after so much Silver.
Mhm.
It was like, okay, this guy again.
But we
I thought
also
we were
knew
done
it.
with him. Yeah,
we also knew it because a lot of the stuff with this show is like, of course that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You just don't know like how exactly it's going to happen. But it also has a way of tricking you in, like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which is what's really fun about it.
It kind of waves the obvious thing in front of you.
Right,
to be
like,
like,
so,
oh,
like,
and
Hilary
now we're
Swank,
gonna-
pretty good idea she's gonna come back, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know,
But then
like,
it's gonna
how
be like,
that's gonna
but
happen.
actually, she's a bad guy or
Right.
something like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Or
She might have a broken neck.
No, you have no input. No whore. Just, yeah.
So anyway, that's Cobra Kai.
what
for me.
would be more surprising? She shows up and is like, I'm the bad guy, or Miyagi-Do's child.
You know, you're actually kind of right on that.
It just wouldn't make sense.
Mrs.
It wouldn't make sense. And that's what I like about the show. They still find a way to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Because like, aren't they like
Mhm.
looking for some secret? Like they dig and dig, and you know what? There's nothing there. It's empty. It's because the knowledge of it is carried by his secret child.
Yeah. I don't know that that's going to be.
I hate it so much.
You got anything else on it, Hayden?
So my thoughts behind it.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying, talking about it's not really centered around Miguel anymore.
Mhm.
I feel like that's because it's going to end with Miguel.
Yeah.
It's going to end with how it started. And if it don't, that's the only thing that I'm probably going to be disappointed in.
Yeah.
Is like I like all these side characters. I like that he's fixing things with his son and all. Like I like all that. For the show to be worth everything,
It's got to
it
end with
needs
Miguel.
to end with Miguel.
Miguel was the reason we all started watching, right?
Yeah.
Miguel's my favorite. He's what I'm rooting for. Like I need that.
I thought your favorite was that nerdy kid,
Which one?
That's his
Hawk?
favorite.
the one that kicks butt now. No, Hawk is dope, man.
Oh, Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Yeah.
Dimitri. Yeah.
I actually am very angry with Dimitri right
Well, no
now.
spoilers.
He's
no
being
spoilers, guys. So
yeah.
okay.
I'm Team Miguel.
Oh yeah.
The only crazy theory I'm going to throw out there is not about any babies. I think
Oh,
Will
God.
Smith's son's going to show up
No.
for the final tournament.
As Miyagi's illegitimate son.
He's going to be like, hey, I've been training in China.
And
for
I'm
this
the crazy
Jackie
one.
Chan guy, and that's what I'm calling for. Is he's going to be the last members for the tournament?
Okay. Because there were 4.
Well, spoilers. I was just going to say. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to be as vague as I can by also saying my piece.
Okay. It's my
Will
bad.
Smith's son's coming.
Okay.
I can feel it. He might be with Hilary Swank. Like for him to pop in as a villain, no one would care.
Right.
It would just be hilarious.
That would so I'm interested in if this show is actually going to tie into the movie, or if they're just going to tell a whole different Daniel LaRusso story with Jackie Chan. I feel like it has to tie in, but it may not.
The amount of people
They may multiverse it.
The amount of people. Oh gosh. The amount
All
of people,
multiverses.
Yeah.
I feel like the amount of people that like this show for the fact that it is kind of simple. It is kind of, I don't know, it's comforting in a way. There is some vulgar language at times, but it's a very comforting, nostalgic show. Like
there's a heart to it all.
Especially first season. I mean, it flips you on the whole Karate Kid dynamic. Like you view the original movie differently now because of this show.
Yeah.
And I like that. And it shows that it has way more power to it than we give it credit. I feel like it has to tie in with this show, the new movie. It has to.
I think it should.
Because you're just going to have a lot of people. It's like, now we're getting a third thing. Like, we don't want a third thing.
Right.
Like, we have fallen in love with this thing for 8 years. Like,
Yeah, and all that stuff can just feed in to the movie where we just follow the love child. And
I was waiting for it, but I was like, he's being serious this time.
Dude, yeah.
That's my secret bird.
Yeah.
I'm never serious.
So you got anything else?
No, just I really did enjoy it. Like I think.
So then you do have more.
No, I mean just like
Dude, he's got a ton.
I
I'll
could
get
talk
caught
about
up
it for a
before
long
No
time.
spoilers,
Yeah.
though. I have a ton more, too. I don't want to spoil that.
We'll talk about it in November.
It's all
Okay.
in your beard.
So I'll close it up then.
All right.
One of the things that they do really well is the fan service.
Oh, yeah.
They
So
do, for sure.
that's why I have like full trust that whatever happens at the end, we'll see Johnny with his baby, and
Oh, how late in is she?
what?
Like into the pregnancy?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
But they can time skip enough.
yeah, that's
for,
what I'm thinking.
at
Like,
the
are
end.
they gonna do a big time skip after the tournament?
Heads up, there is a child. It's just not a love one.
Yeah. So anyway, they do the love service.
They do love service.
They do the fan service really well in this show. So yeah, I got trust. They're gonna
it's
stick
just
the
a
land
fun
in.
show. It's a good show that I can put on, and like my wife doesn't care if it's on. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just a fun show, and like even the obvious stuff that you said yourself. Like, you know it's coming. Mm-hmm. You're not like, oh, yeah, could have called that. You're happy you called it.
Right. But would you say it's a fun show?
It's a fun show.
Yeah, because the way that they bring it in, it's like
saying it, dude.
It's like when Captain America finally lifted up the hammer, right? Or when he finally said Avengers, like you knew it was coming. You just finally got it, and you're like, yes,
Iron
it's
Man
there.
Killed himself for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So
only to
spoilers, Hayden.
If you guys haven't watched Endgame, like,
well, let's go to the next.
That's
thing.
legit.
All right, yeah. Pivoting.
Okay.
Not quite Marvel yet, because we're gonna end with that.
Okay.
DC was also at Comic-Con, technically.
They were there. Yeah, they tried.
Don't just say it like that.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they showed some stuff. Kite Man's doing some stuff.
They got a new logo.
It's the same logo.
Hey,
I'm
guys,
pretty sure it's on that encyclopedia.
Yeah. Good job with the new old logo. Yeah.
It's blue now.
Yeah, 'cause that's red. Clearly, they updated.
It was blue at one point.
DC came out with new trailers.
Yep.
Right. They dropped the Joker trailer.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped the Penguin.
Oh, they also dropped Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos was the other one.
Yeah. All of those look pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually am pretty excited for Penguin.
Yeah.
That one looked
I'm
probably the best.
I'm the most excited.
Yeah, me too. As the Batman lover, honestly, that's such a. I love that movie so much.
Love child, maybe.
As the Robert Pattinson lover. Yeah.
You know, Twilight. Howard Shore.
For as much as we hate Twilight, I love the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
He's a vampire. He turns into a bat. It makes sense.
It does make sense. This is all a dream in his head.
Yeah. Penguin looks really cool.
Yeah.
I like a cool crime thriller. Those are fun.
Yeah, to me it looked the best, but I'm still not that excited for it.
I think it's gonna be similar to Andor, where it's like nobody asked for this,
but we're glad we got it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be he's kind of like the Kingpin.
Yeah, or he's trying to become the Kingpin. It seems like.
Right.
But we already got the Kingpin, so.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like I've seen this already.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I already said it. They're chasing the MCU at this point.
Right.
I mean, and I mean, they should. You know, they're making money, so why wouldn't they want to make money?
Yeah. I just feel like you kind of want to go in your own direction.
It's just, I feel like you're starting the race a little late. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in my mind.
But that's why
it's like we're talking about multiverses in this group, and then this one's like, I mean, they just can't nail it down, you know?
That's why the James Gunn situation is a good situation, right? Because he's trying to bring a new, their own thing. That's
why they're rebranding. Like, look, this.
I think he's
everything that came before was fine, but we've got someone at the helm who is not going to hold the reins quite as loose, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna steer this ship the right way, and I'm really looking forward to it because James Gunn is one of those who's like really passionate about the things that he does, and he's got the chops, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, easily one of the best parts of the MCU is the entire trilogy of Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you know anything about James Gunn, he loves the DC characters a lot more than he liked the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know?
Suicide Squad, when he came in and did that second one, I liked that one far more than the first.
Oh, it was way better, but I still didn't think it was great.
I thought it was good.
Well, but you know, it's a little bit like he's trying to like clean up a mess that was already. He's got to use characters.
Yeah,
like,
I don't hold it against him.
Yeah, but it was like, and you can tell the parts that were him, you know. And
King Shark.
This is a major weasel. That was great. This is a major aside. I think that John Cena is probably one of my favorite actors now. Okay, because I've watched several movies recently starring John Cena, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's got pretty good charisma, and he can act pretty well, right?
As far as the rest of their actors go, I think he's
up there.
Yeah.
To bring it back to DC though,
okay.
You know, you're talking highly about James Gunn. I am looking forward to the Superman movie. All the stuff that's been leaking and like set photos and images, like it's starting to build a little hype.
That Mr. Terrific costume is
I don't know
peak.
I don't know if I don't know if that's what's doing it for me, but it's just the characters I'm
looks
seeing.
So good.
It's comic accurate, but it's whack.
No,
whack suit.
I love the comic accurate.
on his face.
I love it.
Like,
so
it's just a bad costume.
Now, this is one of those things. Like, if you see him in some of the comics, like I agree, it looks dumb. And the first time I ever saw Mr. Terrific, I was like, this is lame, right? Mm-hmm. But he is really cool, and it makes sense what he does. But here's the deal. I was gonna say that like I really appreciate comic accurate, even if it looks silly. Yeah. Because like what I got when I was waiting and hoping for the superhero movies was black leather, and like I understand like you want to be as realistic as possible, but you're making a movie about mutants who run around with superpowers, right? Like you threw realism out the window a long time ago, right? Let's just lean into it, and so like that's why I like the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff. Like I love that Wolverine's wearing his yellow costume. Like it's about time.
We'll get into that.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. Like I think it's a horrible costume, but I'm not holding that against James Gunn or the movie. We're talking comics. Yeah. So yeah, give him the comic accurate stuff, and then let's just watch a fun, good movie. Yeah. And I think he could deliver that. Side note too, James Gunn seems like a really cool dude. Oh yeah. I follow him on social, and like he talks to people, and like he, I think for the Deadpool movie actually, he was like, "Oh, congrats to Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and all these guys. Like they made this much money. That's great." Yeah. So
his brother seems pretty cool too.
I like his brother a lot.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. All the stuff. Like I'll be watching. I can't remember the name of the show, but you'll just be watching something, and he'll just pop up.
His brother is like discount Andy Serkis.
Yeah. But you're cool with it, man. You're cool with he's in.
No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like everybody loves a discount, right? Yeah. But legit, think about it, right? Like
literally, it'll just be. And
nobody says no to the discount, right? Like, hey, do you want a discount? No, I don't want that.
He's
you're right.
He's one of my favorite characters on Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, he's fun.
Because he always pops up, and he's
doing the most ridiculous
He's always doing
stuff.
a new job. Yeah. And so when you see him in these different shows,
like when that car goes through the window and he like sets up across the street and is running his own restaurant.
But it's like, so then when I see him in these different shows or movies, I just think, what's Kurt doing now? Like I just assume it's Kurt doing another business. Like he's just, DC, you're chasing Marvel. Hey, keep it up. You may actually start doing good stuff. Yeah. So
we got one more DC thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Something we watched.
Okay. What did we watch?
DC. My Adventures with Superman. Season 2 just wrapped
you guys
up.
in on that?
Like a couple weeks ago.
You're gonna have to sell me on that. I'm not like against it. It was just one of those things.
Listen,
that
I'll sell you. I'll sell you.
Right. Okay.
I'll sell you.
TallBeing, sell me on this.
It's wholesome.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
It's just like you're gonna go into it thinking.
Isn't that show geared to little girls?
Probably.
It might be.
And you're gonna rag on Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
But it's Superman.
Come on.
So not Gilmore Girls. See the difference?
Okay.
The thing is, I care deeply about this version of Supergirl now, more than I've ever cared about a version of Supergirl.
I've been interested in it because Clark Kent, Superman, is voiced by Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
I really like him.
So he was really good.
Yeah.
My favorite voice acting performance in the whole show has been Brainiac, who I need to look up who it is. I had it a while back.
TallBeing loves all the Nepo babies out there in Hollywood right now. We're like, Kurt Russell, and he's like, is that U.S. Agent's dad?
Yeah.
The show is fun. I mean, it's definitely like you see Superman and you're like, oh yeah, I like this. Like you automatically are happy just by seeing him because he's got this like the colors of the whole show are real bright. His look, like he's got these big eyes. So maybe it is for girls. I don't know.
So
it's kind of like anime, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's geared to.
It's not like the greatest show I've ever seen. You could pick it apart very easily. Yeah, but it's got like the wholesome Superman feel. That's just nice to have in a Superman show.
You're like, he's not breaking necks.
Exactly.
And then crying about it. Like, why did I do that? Like, you could have stopped yourself. Yeah.
The show is about Superman saving people, and that's all I really care about.
What I will say about DC animated stuff's usually always got it's
always been better.
Yeah, it's always really got it. So to me, Young Justice was one of those shows I loved for a long time. So then when HBO Max became a thing, they brought that back. I was like, oh my gosh, like we got 2 more seasons out of that. All the animated movies have always been far superior than any live action movie that they put out.
Teen Titans Go.
I don't know. No. So other than Teen Titans Go and then the new Harley Quinn series, which I will not watch, most of the DC animated stuff, even like the old Dwayne McDuffie, like Justice League stuff, like back in the day, like
that sounds great.
Like it's just always been great. So I actually might start it.
So yeah, that's Adventures of Superman. They confirmed a season 3. I'll watch it.
So apparently they're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty popular show for HBO.
Well, there's a lot of little girls out there.
Exactly.
So,
we're little girls in our
and you
hearts.
two guys.
So we watch it, us and our little girl, or my little girl.
But actually, I mean,
and the 2 other girls like coming in to watch the lovey parts.
Okay.
They pretend like we're just walking by.
So jokes aside, though, it really is nice to know that like maybe Piper could also watch it.
So
because there's so many things that like she knows I like, but then she'll ask questions about it. And it's like, well, you're not old enough to watch that yet. And it's a weird thing to say to a kid that, hey, this is PG-13.
Right.
And it's like, for real, PG-13. Like, I'm not going to allow you to watch this yet, you know? And so, like, it's nice to know that there is, like, another option out there that she may like.
Yeah, the only thing I would say as far as parents go, and if you're the conservative type, there is a little bit of relationship stuff.
All right, and you just lost me. You guys had me, and all right. So,
but I do want to say that because so you don't go into it like hey, and then
like what? This had the bird seal of approval on it. Like, come on, no.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But it's not a whole lot of it, but it is there. All right.
So moving on, we have our big block here of Marvel news. Okay. Some stuff happened before Comic-Con. A bunch happened after. If you're here, you probably already know what it is. Yeah. So we're going to skip over some stuff real fast. Before Comic-Con, Agatha All Along got a trailer.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Who?
Agatha.
So not into it?
I haven't even watched
What's it about?
Oh.
Agatha.
So did you watch WandaVision?
Mm-hmm.
It's Agatha.
The whole show. Yeah.
She's trapped in wherever she was trapped in.
But what's her name?
Agatha Harkness.
Oh, gotcha.
From the comic books.
Right. Okay.
Not from the comic books, man. Not anymore.
No, I'm saying he should know the character from the comic books.
You know he knows who you're talking about.
I know, but he's playing dumb, so he's going to play dumb. I'm going to make him look dumb when he's choosing to do this.
That's my secret, Hayden. I always look dumb.
So, I haven't watched the new trailer yet, but it's mainly because I'm going to watch this
You're
show.
already in on it.
I loved WandaVision. She was a cool, fun character on the show. Mm-hmm. At first, I was kind of apprehensive. Like, why are they doing the kid? Because here's my whole thing with Marvel. And they've actually kind of saved it a couple times. But, like, there've just been some stuff where I'm like, why are they doing this character?
Yeah.
Like,
money.
What was it?
Ironheart?
Like the Echo series.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Before that released, I was like, why are we getting a show about Echo?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And then I
loved it. Was pretty cool.
Loved
it
that
was a good show.
Yeah. So now I'm kind of like, I'm viewing it same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not, why is Agatha getting a show? In my mind, I'm like, it means something. Like, either
they got to introduce the Knights of Wendigo.
Like, yeah, this is how, this is maybe, this whole show could be how we get Wanda back or Wiccan. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I'm going to watch it. So.
Okay. See, the thing is, I like the concept of Echo and a lot of the characters around her. I don't care about like any of the witch magic side of Marvel stuff. Like the Doctor Strange sorcerer stuff is cool, but I like it when it goes more into like the trippy psychedelic kind of things.
I got you.
But like the witch sorcery stuff,
Well, see, me,
I want it to go like full on fantasy or full on superhero. It's real weird when that crosses over.
Buildings twisting in themselves, not minotaurs casting spells.
Exactly.
So
that's too far.
So for me, I really love the Midnight Suns game.
Okay, so I can see that.
That whole supernatural-esque, like I love characters like Blade, and I loved WandaVision, the fact that she actually started using like her magic and stuff more.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's why I'm like, oh hey, you know, like. Because we get more and more of this stuff, then actually we might get another live action Ghost Rider and get to keep them and all, you know, like.
Yeah, and there's like cool.
I'm wanting more of that stuff.
I like it better what they did in the comics, where they're like, Wanda's got crazy stuff going on. Let's go ask Doctor Strange about it. And like for the first time in like 50 years or something, they're like, "What? You know, what's her chaos magic?" And Doctor Strange is like,
"That's not a thing.
There's no such thing as chaos magic."
Yeah.
That happened in the comics.
Avengers disassembled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, he's like, she's been lying to you for
Oh, Agatha.
years. Shut up. All right.
So
your thoughts on the trailer?
my thoughts are,
I did not expect to spend this long on the
Hey,
Agatha trailer.
we're trying to listen to his thoughts, man.
Keep going.
The trailer looked good. I'll keep it simple. The trailer looked good.
Yeah.
Like the Echo show, when it was first announced, I didn't care. I didn't want it.
Yeah.
I really still don't want it. If it was like, you know what, we
It's
canceled
alright,
Agatha, then I won't be sad
No
about
problem.
it. But the trailer did look good.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything. It could still be a bad show.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
But I was probably gonna give it a shot anyway.
Yeah,
Just
my,
like you.
my deal is, I've not been overly impressed with any of their shows.
Right.
Right. Like Loki was pretty good. Like it ended well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But even like at the end of the first season, I was like, I don't know. Like there are some things about it that were complicated for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that part of what I loved about the second season was Short Round. Right. Like he's just so fun and charismatic.
Yep.
But like really the show's, well, they're just not doing it for me. Right. And, and quite honestly, the movies aren't at the moment either.
Yeah.
I think what's more exciting to me about most of these shows is the potential, but they haven't lived up to the potential.
Yeah, none of them have shown that they can go all the way with it.
Yeah, the hard part is
Except
and
Loki.
The Loki show is a good example though. Like the show is called Loki, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I appreciate that they wanted to do stuff with Sylvie or whatever, but like if you're going to have a show and it's going to be named after a character, let's give that character a strong story arc.
Yeah.
Hawkeye's a great example. Like,
I forgot about Hawkeye.
He could have been in the show or not been in the show, and I don't think it would have made a difference.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because we were just trying to set up the new what's-her-face Hawkeye.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah. I've not watched Echo. You know, it's one of the ones that's like on my list, maybe.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, you're doing a show which is a different format. It lends itself to character developed and character pushed stories in a way that movies don't, and they're just not utilizing it well.
I will say Echo does that, and I think that's probably why, surprisingly, I like it so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Echo. Guess what? It's about her.
Yeah.
Like it really breaks it down to the point where, like, I don't know. Again, it's like I didn't know I needed to know all this stuff about her, so I really hope she actually it actually ends up being worth it.
Yeah.
Like, well, now I expect her to be in a movie somewhere. Mm-hmm. I expect her to be in another show somewhere.
Oh, she's going to be in Daredevil. There's no way she's not in Daredevil.
If you leave it just at this show and got me to love this character, love where she comes from, her whole background, and for me to be proud and hopeful for what she's now going to be, if it doesn't go into anything, then I'm going to be like, well, there you go.
What was the point?
Yeah, and that just makes me feel like you guys don't, they want to really empower these female characters, but then there's times where I feel like they leave female characters like just on the ground.
Yeah.
Like the ones we
not
like,
enough people watched it.
They're like, well, we'll give you a new one. We don't want a new one. Just where's the one you abandoned? So all that being said, that's why I will watch Agatha Harkness. Please don't let it be another pointless show where, oh my gosh, where we're just, you think it's going to be about this character, and then now Audrey Plaza is another main character in this world or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We're spending a lot of time on Agatha.
Yeah, way more time on Agatha than I expected. So we
gotta
burn through these.
Let's not do that for all of them.
Yeah. All right, this one should be quick, guys.
All right.
RDJ, move on.
But anyway, we'll get there. Baby. We'll get there.
He wants that big pile of cash.
Yeah. Fantastic Four got the subtitle First Steps.
Yeah.
I hate the subtitle so much. I hate it. I hate that First is in the same title as Four. I don't know why, but it irks me to no end.
Well,
we didn't need a subtitle.
How do you feel about that argument?
I don't know. I'm pumped for this movie.
Okay,
I have nothing negative to say.
I am very excited about this movie. I'll be honest. Everything about it makes me really intrigued.
Yeah, the casting. I mean, I know a couple people were like, "Really, Pedro Pascal as Reed?"
Pedro.
Whatever.
Pedro.
Honestly, anything this guy has been in, I eat it up. So it's like, make him read, give him put him in the MCU. Like if this is how we get him in the MCU, I'll fund it. I don't care.
The further in we get, the more I can see him as Reed. I didn't see it as at first, but like it's that connection's there now.
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't care about subtitles on any of the movies. I don't mind if you always just do part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
But you can't really do Fantastic Four too.
Right.
So
yeah. So I get it.
You know, they announced the title of the second one too.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Second Look. Fantastic Four, Second Look.
So
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, as long as it is good, then I don't care what you call it.
As long as there's 4 of them,
right?
And they're fantastic.
They actually feel like a family.
At
then I'm gonna be fine with it.
At some periods, there were actually 5 members of Fantastic Four. Just throwing it out there.
Franklin Richards.
There's other stuff.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Ant-Man was on.
Well, yeah.
Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Hulk was.
They were the Fantastic Four. Yeah. They should do that movie.
Yes. That's basically Defenders. So.
All right.
But the main reason I'm excited for Fantastic Four.
We still talking about this?
The composer.
Oh, that's right. Okay. This is perfect.
Is Michael Giacchino.
Okay.
So
who already scored the best Fantastic Four movie, The Incredibles.
That's true. I did not think about that.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Okay.
And
that's why
already
it just makes sense.
It's supposed to be set in a retro future 60s New York universe.
That'd be dope if he just recycles The Incredibles music. Yeah. Look, I wrote it. Do what I wrote.
Frozone, to the point where you see Frozone. It's like, is that Nick Fury? That's Frozone.
Samuel Jackson is in this movie.
Yeah,
as Iceman.
That's if nothing else, the music is going to be perfect.
Oh, the music is going to be good. I guarantee.
At the very least, you can close your eyes and enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah. Another composer news.
Okay.
Daredevil Born Again got its composer, or I'll add, because it will be the Newton brothers.
He said, I'm still trying to.
The Newton brothers will be composing it, who were X-Men 97, among a lot of other things.
Which is my current favorite show.
They did not bring back John Paisano, my beloved.
What about Gilmore Girls?
But I can see them definitely taking the music from there and then updating it with their sound, and I think it's going to work too.
Yeah.
Hope they work in some Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
But you see that a lot, like times where it'll be, you think, a whole new thing, and then they'll use music. Like, I think No Way Home did it too. Like when you got to see the other Peters, like they sampled the tracks.
Yeah,
and so I think they'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I think that's part of the fan service, you know. So, because they did it with the X-Men, right? They redid the theme.
X-Men thing.
Yeah, they had to legally.
Yeah. Go watch our X-Men review episode. All right, Thunderbolts got some footage revealed at Comic-Con, which has since been leaked out and described. I'm not going to go through all of that, but essentially the plot for this movie seems to be all of these super soldier characters that we're like, why are they on a team together? Are all sent by separate people to accomplish the same suicide mission, and they're all supposed to die on it. They miraculously survive and now are on a revenge quest, which I think is a dope plot for a superhero movie.
Yeah, but why we call it Thunderbolts? Shouldn't we call it Revengers?
Well, it's Thunderbolts.
That means already taken.
It's Thunderbolts
by
with
the God of Thunder.
Asterisk.
That's because Thunderbolt Ross is the leader.
Well, here, so I kind of like when those superhero teams come into like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we kind of talked about it off air, but like, you know, Avengers landing in Savage Land, and then there's Wolverine kind of thing. Like the whole,
like they're not supposed to be a team. The whole
aspect of like the team is made because
of the situation.
They use everyone that was there.
Yeah, like Mystery Men.
It's like the Mystery Men movie. But and so that actually makes me, I'm pretty excited for it now.
I actually prefer the original Thunderbolts introduction.
The Zemo one?
The Avengers are presumed dead.
Yeah.
And the Thunderbolts show up. They're like, we're new superheroes. We're going to be here to help. Everybody loves them. They're received by the public really great. And then first issue, like Citizen Z takes his mask off and it's Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil. What a great plot twist.
Yeah. I think it would be great since we don't
we're getting
technically have an Avengers team
we
right
don't
now.
have a Masters of Evil. Like,
Yeah, but I could see them, like
Zemo's
these
out there.
characters being like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? We're the Avengers
Yeah.
now.
He's out
Like,
there
there isn't an
dancing in
Avengers
some
team.
rave somewhere.
Yeah, but they're building up to a Young Avengers, right? Wasn't that
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Here's the
talked
thing.
about?
They're building up to this. They're
is
building
Echo
up
gonna
to
be on
that.
that?
They're
I
building
mean, that
up-
wasn't part of the announcement.
Is
so
Echo
maybe
going to be
that's-
on the Young Avengers?
Is she
I
young?
don't-
now? What's the age cutoff?
I'm just saying, comic wise, I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She's
I
on
mean,
the
we don't know.
Avengers.
We don't know her age because she can't talk.
Exactly. She can't tell us.
But they are leading to a lot of.
She could tell. She could tell Hayden he knows sign language.
I'm trying to learn it. I don't know sign language yet. I would like to learn it.
Okay, well, we got another thing.
One more on Thunderbolts.
Okay.
It was also revealed Sentry is going to be, if not the villain, a very major role in the movie.
He is a very
Yeah.
major.
Sounds
character.
like a suicide mission to
Yeah.
go stop him. Just saying, he's
I really hope
And
they do something cool with
unbalanced
Sentry.
Superman.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, they're either gonna defeat Sentry, right, and then they're gonna go on their revenge quest.
Or
They're not gonna do
they
that.
find out he's Miyagi's secret love child.
So okay.
All right, next
Next.
next
I
order
can't
of
even finish
business.
my thought about
Next order of
the
business.
century. Okay,
You never could.
no.
Next, Giancarlo Esposito,
Mhm.
who was revealed in the Brave New World trailer,
hmm
has confirmed he is going to be playing Sidewinder, the leader of the Serpent Society.
Okay, so that's who he is.
Yeah. So Diamondback should still be in this.
I thought
Thanks,
he was gonna be the new
McDonald's.
Punisher.
Yeah, I have two of those.
Yeah.
So that's who he's playing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was like a
Okay.
real awkward silence there. Huh?
It
We were
was.
just like Sidewinder, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one cares.
McDonald's.
I like him. I like Esposito. So
You know that he's Italian and his name is actually Giancarlo Esposito.
crap.
Despacito.
I can't say that. I don't have the ability to talk.
Yeah,
about
he's got like a cooking show or something where he's making Italian
Well,
food.
That
he's gonna
sounds
be cooking
right.
on this movie. Let me tell
He-
you.
I'm just saying-
he's always
Thank
cooking.
you.
Everything he's in, he just like brings a touch of amazing too. You know.
Yeah.
So
Like,
if
you can
nothing
be the
else,
worst
his
piece of crap
scenes are
and
going to
he's
be
like-
cool.
He
Yeah.
always starts as a side character, and then you're like, I want more of that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just talk for a minute about that whole trailer since that came out.
Oh yeah.
So, want
Oh,
to
I
go
haven't
one
seen
by
it.
one? You didn't watch it?
No.
Fair enough.
All
which
the
trailer?
good parts have been
Brave New
spoiled,
World.
man.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you can't
yeah.
like watch any kind of reels or anything. I'm like,
Fair.
everybody's like, I frame for frame stopped it so you can see him
Yeah.
grab the shield and throw it, and in the background you can see so and so doing. I'm
Those
like,
are my most like
I just
when they're like clearly you could see that this is a new symbol for.
yeah. I'm like, where, man?
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
See
I don't. That's not clear, or
Yeah.
none of that.
And they're
that
talking
you
about
just said.
talking up his new costume. Like it looks a lot like the old one. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is. I feel like this is just a play to sell more toys.
It is. Yeah.
So,
for sake of brevity, we'll go one by one.
Okay.
Half Point Haven.
I still hate that name. So I feel like the trailer showed a little bit too much. But my new theory with the Marvel trailers that we've seen the last couple of years, anytime they show too much, it's because the movie or show is going to have even more than what you thought.
Mhm.
So, how much am I allowed to say? Can
I mean,
I talk about?
say what you want.
If it's in the
Stop.
trailer, I can
It's-
talk about it. Right?
Yeah, if it's in the trailer, go ahead.
So they show Red Hulk, right?
Spoiler
In the
alert.
trailer. No, you can.
McDonald's spoiled that
Yeah, yeah,
6
that was my
months
big
ago.
thing.
I don't think
McDonald's.
trailers count as spoilers.
Like
Yeah.
months ago, I hand my daughter a Happy Meal, and there's Red Hulk already on the side of the box, and I'm like, "Well, there we go, okay."
Yeah.
So Red Hulk's in it. I feel like at first I was kind of just, "Why are you showing that?" You know,
Mm-hmm.
like we have Thunderbolt Ross, we're pumped for that. So like a lot of people are hopeful for Red Hulk, but like, why show it? And then it's just like, okay, well, they're showing us that because that's nothing compared to what they're gonna slap us with, and so. I don't know. I'm really pumped for this. I love Anthony Mackie as the new Cap.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I know you guys are kind of, I know your thoughts on the Disney Plus series. I liked Falcon Winter Soldier. I felt like it was one of the more stronger shows. I know there's been a lot that aren't.
Disagree.
Okay, it's fine. I'm really pumped to see him as Cap. I really want there to finally be a new team, like
Yeah.
for him to start the Avengers. It also, this isn't a spoiler because it also showed it in the trailer. they're finally addressing Tiamat, like the Eternals, movie. So the Celestials just out there in the ocean, so they're like finally addressing that.
Out there and confirmed to be made of adamantium.
Yeah, so I'm hopeful for this movie. I'm definitely pumped. I'm gonna watch it week of.
Yeah.
So.
Who's next?
You're next in line.
Me?
Yeah. Well,
you didn't watch it.
No, I'll go.
Okay.
All right, listen. Harrison Ford. Yeah. He's been stinking it up for a while, right? Like also that last Indiana Jones movie was not great.
That's true. Yeah.
So maybe we can like get him to do. I feel like he's just so tired of acting.
Sometimes looks
why
that
is
way.
he still around?
Right? So I hope this goes well. Like I can't imagine that like he's gonna love it because I just don't think he likes doing big blockbuster movies anymore. And so the fact that he's in this, that he took this role at all, is kind of weird to me.
Which I got a theory about that.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear. I'm interested to see it. I don't know. Like I'm not hyped. Right. Even like I've seen parts of it. I've seen like some clips and stuff. I'm sorry, but like I was not impressed by the show. Like I wanted to. I came in like hopeful, and there were some elements of it that I appreciated. I really love his Mackie and Sebastian Stan's like their chemistry together.
Drama,
yeah. But I just feel like they're again. It was not driven to their characters. It was driven to other characters. Like we need to set up U.S. Agent. We need to set up this thing and that thing, and like it just didn't work.
It was the boat episode for you, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's what it is for everyone. They couldn't get past that episode about the boat.
Yeah.
Well, and I have no problem. Like if you want to have like a side thing or whatever, like that's cool. But like really, like it didn't feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier. It felt like all this other stuff, and these guys are going to be the ones that kind of get things cleaned up, right? And I feel like they didn't even do that well. Like they didn't really operate kind of as a team, like build on that chemistry they got, man. And they just, I don't know, I just felt let down by it. And so I'll probably end up watching it. I don't know if I'll shell it out to go to the theater to watch it, right?
Depends on just
work schedule and
what Hayden says after the movie comes out.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys to go watch it.
Yeah. There's other things that I want to spend my money on.
Yeah. Okay. Can I go now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So quickly, the show.
Agatha.
The show I liked, except for the last couple episodes. I think they fell off at the end. But
which is where you want to be strongest.
Yeah. Overall, I liked the show, and I like Anthony Mackie as Cap. Winter Soldier was my favorite movie.
Okay.
This trailer has the vibes of Winter Soldier, so I'm in on that.
Winter Soldier is my favorite too.
Yeah, and this trailer was all of that, I felt like. So I like that. I like Isaiah Bradley being back in it because I thought he had an interesting story from the show, and so they've got him back in there, and I want to see where that goes.
That was just another example for me. Like, why put him in the show if you're not going to expound on it more? Like,
well, they're doing it now.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to consume 13 things to get this one thing, you know?
Yeah, but that's why I'm glad that he's in it. So now we can see some more of his story. Yeah. So overall, I'm looking forward to the movie. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm hyped for this movie yet, but I am more than intrigued.
What if they added another another
subtitle? Yeah. I'm out. I'm done. I refuse. Steps. Yeah.
First flight.
There you go.
Or new flight or something.
I'm done at that point.
Same shill, who dis? Something that doesn't even make sense. Yeah. But it's like people will eat it up, man.
Yeah, we'll go like full on like modern lingo, like Riz.
Won't date the movie at all.
New Riz order.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm glad that they didn't go like
rebrand Red Hulk as Red Riz.
Just play like rap music through the trailer because it's Anthony Mackie. You know. It's like,
Oh, he's Red black.
Riz.
Yeah.
Red Riz.
All right. So what's yours?
All right. Yeah. I'm more than intrigued. The further along we get in like marketing for this, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I actually wanted to watch a Deadpool less the more the marketing went for it. So that it's a toss up.
Yeah, but you also don't like Ryan Reynolds, so
correct.
What's who's the composer? For
How do you feel about
New
Hugh
World Order?
We
Jackman?
don't know yet.
Okay.
I assume Henry Jackman.
That's what's gonna
but-
get you. That's what's gonna get you.
Exactly. Yeah. If they're like, "Oh, Hans Zimmer's doing the score for this Captain America movie," I'm in.
That would be
I can't
weird.
go down.
That would be weird.
The movie looks cool.
Yeah.
Red Hulk looks cool. It's weird that they showed him, but not the leader to me. They didn't show Diamondback. That was weird.
McDonald's did.
Yeah, that's what that's all they needed.
Dude, honestly, I got a lot
McDonald's
of beef
took
with
care of that
McDonald's.
for us.
I got so much.
This
beef
is
with
not the
McDonald's.
first time they've done something.
No,
like
it's
this.
not.
I know,
But
but this is the first time I've been on a podcast. To
But it's
talk
also
about it.
Legos. They've done that.
Oh, dude, Legos too, man. You walk the
Sorry,
aisles at Target.
Lego.
Lego, McDonald's.
Don't
Can
get
you
it
guys
right.
wait a
Yeah.
month?
Jumanji.
Just wait a couple months. You'll still make the money. Just wait.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough, man.
All right.
So, yeah, movie looks cool.
Yep.
I'm excited because I like him as Captain America.
Everyone
I
does.
liked him in the comics as Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
The wings are cool. We're getting a new Falcon, so that's cool too, I guess. I don't
Right.
care about him that much. But,
Yet.
that's
Yeah.
true. Maybe I'll care about him at the end of this movie.
Nah, there's no way he can be as charismatic as Mackie.
That's true.
He,
That is
he,
true.
I will say he wasn't likable in the comics when they were like, "Oh, new Falcon." Like it was such a background character.
Yeah, wasn't
But,
he doing Speed?
Like
Probably.
it was so not liked that literally Sam Wilson became Falcon again for a short amount of time
Right.
during Secret Empire, just so we could be like, okay, well here's your Falcon back.
Yeah.
And then people argued about that, so then he became Cap again, and it's like, yeah, it's.
I don't
Yeah,
think that.
I thought they caught the new Falcon, the young Falcon.
Mhm.
Like Green Lantern and Green Hornet walked in, he was like doing Speed or something.
Pardon?
That's
Oh,
Red Arrow.
that's Speedy. That's right.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Red Arrow.
So I don't think that they're gonna do that with this new one because we saw him already, right,
Yeah.
in the show, and I think he was likable.
Oh, was he the one
He
guy
was-
who had like any personality in the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I
Okay, yeah.
hated him.
No.
just-
But
I
I mean,
just
he
Kind of like
did.
what Joe's talking about. Like that's a good example of you bring in a side character, don't make it about him. Like
Right.
he's a tolerable side character. Like I don't hate him.
That's
Just-
what I'm saying.
yeah.
So like, I
Feel
think they're
nothing
gonna
for
just
him.
build off.
When
of
he
that.
walks into the room or he's on camera, he should just go, "I'm here."
I might be new Falcon.
You made it. did.
Just he's always
Yeah, like screaming as he's like, "Oh!"
so
Um,
we keep talking a lot about it.
yeah. That's I don't have a whole lot to say on it other than the trailer's good. It does feel like Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier's not in it. That's
that we
basically
know
it.
of.
Weird.
Yeah.
Bucky could pop in.
He could. But
He just walk on scene and be like, "I'm here."
Bucky.
yeah.
Yes, I did.
All right. Big one.
Okay.
You already know it. Robert Downey Jr. is in the next Avengers
Dude,
movies.
he's back.
Yeah.
I actually don't have a lot to say on that either, other than
I'm still kind of processing.
There's questions,
too.
right? There's questions.
I saw a post and I thought it was fake. I was like, what? And
Okay.
then
Well, go ahead and say the actual announcement of how he's back.
he's Doom.
he's Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
coming back as Doom, which is just like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I've seen what the guy can do, so I'm not gonna say he can't do it. It's just like,
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be a good Doom.
Yeah.
It's just, is the Doom gonna be good?
yeah,
If that,
I don't
makes
even think
sense.
that's the thing. Yes, he's gonna be a good Doom. My question is he gonna be Victor Von Doom or is he gonna be Tony Stark? Or
like
is
a
he gonna
variant.
Tony Von Doom.
Tony Von Doom.
Well, yeah, he has to be a variant, right?
Victor-
Tony Doom.
Victor Von Stark.
Because
Yeah,
they haven't done anything where, except for maybe
He could be a
Quicksilver?
variant. He could be a variant because listen, legitimately, Victor Von Doom's a genius,
Yeah.
right? Tony Stark's
Mm-hmm.
a genius. Just variant it, and instead of having a weird relationship with his dad, he's got a weird relationship with his mom.
okay, but who's he gonna be though? Is he gonna be Tony Stark? Or
Let
is
him
he
be
gonna
Victor Von Doom, man. We got
He just
Sylvie.
looks
We got
like
Sylvie.
Tony
We got
Stark.
Loki.
He'll just look like that.
Oh yeah,
Because they haven't done that yet, right? Except for maybe Quicksilver, where they kind of did the tease.
I mean,
in
if you want
WandaVision.
to, technically the MCU hasn't done it, but if you're like, oh, Spider Verse, like,
Yeah,
the
They look
They
different.
all look different. Some of them have different names, but they're still like, oh yeah, Gwen
Yeah.
Stacy gets pulled in because
Right.
Spider DNA.
yeah, but even in the last
right, but where
Spider-Man
they look
movie,
like somebody that we've already seen.
yeah, that's
Happy
kind of
Hogan.
weird.
What about Happy Hogan?
he was like Matt Murdock's buddy in
It's Foggy Nelson.
Ah, dude.
What?
It's
Are you
canon
mad that
now,
I caught
isn't
that
it?
you didn't?
No, I'm mad that you even brought Daredevil up.
I'm just saying, they would use people, man.
Okay, but that's not the MCU. Well,
that's what I'm saying. They're using whatever they can. They're literally taking things from the past that people that they're now realizing that people still like, and they're gonna try to fold it in.
You know what?
They killed Tony Stark off, and it made sense, right? But also now we don't have him.
I thought it'd be great.
And so
bring in someone who is charismatic and who can do that, and like just be Arno Stark, man. Like give us Iron Man 2020 or whatever. Like, and because then he's not quite as clean cut morally as Tony Stark, and so I think we get some good stuff. But I was thinking it kind of makes sense, right? Because they're not just bringing him as Doom, and he's not just going to be doing what they're like replacing Kang. Right, yeah. Doom's going to be the main bad guy for the next Avengers movies,
which he was the main bad guy in
Secret Wars. And it was the same guy as different people. Like he was the Egyptian dude, and he was Kang, and he was the guy, whatever his name was in he was Immortus, whatever his name was in Loki. And so basically, they're just taking the same idea. Like he's Doom Kang, basically, and so he can be a different character but still look like Tony Stark, and it works. Yeah.
And there was an Earth in the comic books that Victor Von Doom traded places with Tony Stark, where they swapped bodies, and then he kills him, and then he's just walking around as Tony Stark, doing Doom stuff.
And that's why I think that there's possibilities, because there's even an evil Iron Man, basically, right? So
I do have a big theory, but it's a huge spoiler for the movie we just watched.
Okay.
So I can't say it on the podcast, but I do have a big theory about really why they're doing this.
Okay, well, are we going to do the Deadpool at all?
If you want to.
We can talk a little bit about it. Are we anything else on RDJ being back?
I'm still processing.
I have a couple things. Just one, I hope he does the what's it called? The one Iron Man suit that Doom has when he's Iron Man. You know the one. Yeah, what's that?
Irredeemable.
Like Irredeemable or Infamous Iron Man, I think. Yeah, I hope he has that suit.
Yeah, that was
it's a cool suit.
Cutting edge suit.
Yeah.
From the comics.
He's 100% gonna show up in Fantastic Four. Like I just have no doubt in my mind about it. I don't know if it'll just be like a cameo at the end, but he's gonna be in it.
Right. They
retitled Kang Dynasty to Doomsday. I hate that title too. I don't know why, but that one just like I have a similar. It's like Endgame. It just feels weird as a title.
It could have been something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Doomlings.
Exactly, Doomlings. Much better. Like the board game.
They could have just lazily made it Doom Dynasty.
or like just go real weird, like Doom Dong. Guess who's here?
And for me, it wouldn't matter either way. So as long as the movie story is good.
Yeah, as long as the movie story is good. And then Secret Wars.
That was a doorbell.
Yeah.
I
just ignored it.
Like instead of ding dong, it was doom dong.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I'm really trying to pay attention, guys.
Next episode, you're going to see the setup a little bit different.
So I agree with you. I think this Doom is going to be the big bad for Fantastic Four, because I have a theory.
Oh, the big bad, huh?
He's going to be in this world.
Yeah.
I have a theory that that this Fantastic Four universe isn't going to be in the Prime Earth universe yet.
Oh, they've already confirmed that.
Yeah, because it's a whole different 1960s.
Yeah,
and so like I think you're right. I think this will be the Doom.
I think it'd be more fun if he's a colleague, like kind of like in the comics, colleague of Reed Richards.
Oh yeah.
By the end of the movie, like whatever they do messes him over so bad that he's like, I'm gonna do whatever I have to destroy you.
Yeah. That's the only way you
maybe
can make...
even they're like, oh, there's other worlds out there. Like I'm gonna do whatever I can to not just destroy you, but there's every version of you.
Yeah.
And
because that hatred is the fuel for the Secret Wars comic, which is one of the greatest Marvel comics of all time. I have it over there. Yeah. It's really good.
It's a good one.
It's and like that relationship between Doom and Reed is the foundation of that entire story, and it's the climax that everything comes to. And I don't know that you can do Secret Wars in the scope that it's in without having a relationship as built up like that. So you have to do something as the crux to hold Secret Wars together.
And let's be real, all the best Marvel movies have a villain that like you have spent enough time with that you kind of root for, right? But you're also like, you gotta be beat, right? But has enough of a relationship that mirrors the character that it just kind of raises the stakes and brings more to the table than just, oh, here's another one-off bad guy. Like
that gets old.
It does get old, yeah. And we've seen it enough times. You're like, I don't care about this person, like, and nothing cool is happening.
Yeah, and we know that that Robert Downey Jr. is pretty dedicated to
his roles.
Yeah, his roles. And not just that, I think he really respects what Marvel has done and what it's done for him.
Yeah.
So
I just as long as he's not Tony Stark again.
Right.
Like unless it's a variant, which I mean that's a whole other argument. If he's gonna play a different character,
make it a whole different character.
I hope it's just actually a different character.
Yeah. Because Doom is such an interesting personality in the comics.
He's very different from Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah, because sometimes, like, some of my favorite stories, like, Doom's there. Like, he shows up and he's like, I'm just going to watch how this plays out.
Yeah. Like the Cabal, like when he was a part of that.
Yeah.
The second it went south, he was like, I don't want to be on the losing team, fellas. Like, and I love that about Doom. Like, he's that
He
smart.
is for himself.
Yeah, and then, like,
first and foremost.
Like, Axis, he showed up to help them. And the heroes are like, why are you here? He's like, because I'm Doom. Like,
or even, like, so, like, when Sue Storm was having her second child, right? Valeria, and, like, they're like, Reed is, like, stuck in some dimension. Like, the only person on the planet who might be able to help is freaking Doom, right? So they go to him, and he's like, yeah, all right, I'll help you.
Yeah.
And so, like, they give birth. Like, he's now, like, very, very concerned about the kids. Like, they have a weird relationship with him.
Yeah.
Like, you're our dad's enemy.
Yeah. They're doing it currently in the comic books.
But she's named after his mom.
Yeah.
But they're doing it currently in the comic books with Blood Hunt.
Oh,
like, the world's being ravaged by vampires. So they're hey, Doom, can you help us? And he's like, of course you need my help. Like, I'm Doom. Like, every time, he never volunteers to help.
Yeah, he's like, you come to me.
They always have to go to him, and he's like, of course you need me. Like they're pulling him out of retirement. Yeah. Every time.
One of the other really cool things.
That's exactly what happened with RJ.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel started failing, and they were like, guys, we got to bring back the cash cow.
One of the other really great things about the comics that I hope like that they can do a little bit of, right? Since they're not going to have Kang and all the Kangs, right? Sometimes, like, the team would go and they'd, like, it didn't matter who it was, Avengers, Fantastic Four, and Doom would be whooping their butts. And they'd finally, like, oh, we beat him. It's a Doom bot.
Yeah.
It's not even actual Dr. Doom. It's one of the robots that he made to look like him. Is so like him that it whooped up the full Avengers team, you know? Wow. Yeah.
So I think we're all excited for this. I
think we're talking ourselves into it.
I was not so into him as Doom.
I think we're all excited for this. It's just we have no idea what you're about to do to us. Right. You know, like we really don't.
You could either do something like they're either going to pull off a miracle like they did with Infinity War and Endgame again.
And it is the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm glad they're bringing back all the best.
That
people.
Was another thing that I'm nervous about. Like, are they bringing...
You know he's going to be...
the one S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and then he shows back up. All right, well...
So they're either going to pull off a miracle, or it's going to be an absolute dumpster fire. I don't know what it's going to be.
And sometimes dumpster fires are fun.
That's true. James Gunn's going to pull the DC into the league right when that happens. It's like we'll have a Justice League movie that doesn't suck.
Yeah,
and everything.
I think we're just going to go into a good comic book era again from both sides.
I think they're going to force each other into competition.
For my mental health,
that's what's happening.
For my mental health, I need it. I need a good comic book world where I can just enjoy every movie, enjoy every book.
Next,
Bird's like, it's not Conan.
Yeah, this guy doesn't
Where's Conan?
Where's Conan?
You said Valeria. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Conan and Valeria?
He's like, tell me more about this Kazar guy.
Yeah. Conan is a Savage Avenger, man. I
know,
think
dude. That's how they bring him back.
Savage
and then they
fun.
finally do King Conan.
It's a fun comic.
Savage Avenger is really fun.
It feels like a Conan story.
There's a Ghost Rider that rides a mammoth.
Yeah.
A mammoth.
One more thing on Avengers.
All right.
The composer did also get revealed.
Okay, who's that?
Alan Silvestri.
You gotta keep him. Again,
They did bring everybody.
They're bringing.
I am so excited to see if he does a Doom theme.
If it's not,
because if he doesn't do a Doom theme, I am going to be furious. Out there will be rioting in the streets.
I mean, as long as he does a good Doom
I don't even
theme.
care if it's a bad Doom theme.
What's a Doom
I just need
theme?
a
Like,
Doom
like,
theme.
have we had anything close to like what you would consider a Doom theme?
Magneto theme.
Well, like you've got the Avengers theme, right? Like, oh yeah. Magneto. But like when
even
Silvestri
Thanos
did that,
has a theme.
Mhm.
It's very subtle. It's only like 2 notes,
Mhm.
but it's always there.
you just hear it, kind of like with Ray. Also, whenever Ray shows up, you hear the little. Yeah, that.
Yeah. I know the Ray theme.
You just need to start pointing at him. It sounds like
Okay. And harmonica.
Yeah.
That was a flute, but
Okay.
It's not what a flute looks like, bro.
It's not a harmonica or a flute.
yeah, that's
Hashtag Red Riz.
All right, are we complete with our ranting?
Yeah, you watched not Daredevil, Deadpool.
We did.
We'll wrap it up with that.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Spice meter, go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just do it that way because we do have to wrap up.
You go first.
Spice meter. I didn't even think about what I would rate it as a spice meter. Okay.
That's why I'm making you go first.
It's
This
a
is
rated.
what you do, man.
It's a rated. I know. It's a rated R movie, like hard rated R movie.
You can't be lame at this movie.
Hard
So
R?
it was just us two that watched it. I didn't want to take him.
I didn't watch it either.
And he hasn't watched it yet. So hard R.
Yeah. Just please look it up on IMDb first before you just.
I don't think you can even filter this one.
I got a funny story about my mom actually.
Well, wait your turn.
Oh, it was about ratings.
Deadpool
okay.
always makes him think of his mom.
Well, you're still gonna do your rating.
Okay, I'll share this. Okay, go.
Okay, all right, good.
I'm still stalling.
All right, so I give it 50s are base.
Is it an overspiced movie?
Oof, that's a good question. No, I'm gonna say it's not overspiced. I'm gonna say it's a 87.
Okay.
87. So
Just a solid 95.
okay.
Like,
But I mean, we talked about it a little bit, and you were definitely hyped on it.
So as I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I mean, we're far enough in the year. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my favorite movie of the year. I will say, it may have made it into the top 10 on my Marvel movie list. I will say that too. I'm kind of redoing my list. It was up there for me. So back to the whole rating thing. I love my mom to death. She always tries to show interest in my stuff. Well, she rented the first Deadpool movie because she thought it was just a regular Marvel movie. And then she calls me and she's like, Hayden, this movie is awful. And I was like, Mom, I didn't tell you to watch it. Like, she bought it. Like, she
but you love Deadpool,
yeah,
Hayden.
she rented it. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, I'm watching it. You can't watch this.
These are those X-Men you have in your
Yeah.
shirt,
Is this the
right?
kind of smut you read?
Yeah,
I
no,
know
it
you
was-
have some of the comics.
It was such a funny conversation with my mom. And
That
so
is funny.
when this movie was coming out, I reminded her, I'm like, Mom, you can't go watch this one.
Yeah. That's even funnier. Well, one, because like we all know, you'd never want your mom to watch something like that.
No.
But if you know your mom, like that's just even
It's the
funny.
same. It's the same with Fallout. Like, I was watching that series, really enjoying it. I made one comment to my mom about, hey, remember that game I used to play? Like, this is a show about that.
Yeah.
So then she texts me one night, me and your dad's watching Fallout. So now I'm running scenes through my head, knowing my mom is watching that. And so Mom, don't watch this movie. You know, it's okay.
Not recommended for
Yeah, but I'm giving it a 95. It is very, very graphic.
Very highly recommend it.
Please do your research on IMDb. But I loved it. I love Wolverine. It was very much not just a Deadpool story.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I do want to talk more about it, but maybe next episode once a little bit more time goes.
Yeah. We'll let TikTok spoil a little more for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look up all the cameos now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say there was one point where I left my seat in the movie, and it was not at a part that I even thought would be an option. That's all I'm going to say. And me and you talked about it. You guys surprised the heck out of me. And I really love this movie. I've watched it twice. There's even talks that I might watch it a third time. But I love this movie.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Yeah, but we'll get into it, I think, next episode for sure. Like, we'll get into some more details of the whole thing. Because I do have thoughts on it. So.
Unless you're a kid, then don't go watch it.
Don't go watch it for
Please
sure.
don't.
While you did that,
I
listened to the score for the movie.
Okay.
Solid 75 spice.
Gotcha.
There's standout tracks. It uses the Logan theme, so I'm really interested in what they do for the Wolverine story now.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
And there were a few like cool like electronic tracks that I was like, oh, this is cool. I don't know what scene this is, but I'm sure this is a good scene.
What'd you think about the songs on it?
I didn't listen to the actual soundtrack. I only listened to the score.
I want to know your thoughts on that.
He's not really a soundtrack kind of guy.
I know, but he's a taste guy, though.
I saw,
and so I want to talk to you about.
I saw Green Day and Goo Goo Dolls on there, and I was like, "All right, you have me there."
And I hope Bird backs me up on this. Every song placement in the movie feels just freaking right.
That's what I've heard about.
It's crazy. Like, as silly as those songs look on paper.
Who have you heard that from? You only talk to your dad, man.
Well, looking through reviews, like, that's a weird thing that's come up. It's like, oh, it's that.
Yeah, I mean, the music.
But that's what his dad said, man.
You know what I'm saying? You only know 2 people who've seen it, and they're right here.
Fair.
The music is definitely stands out in spots, but like,
such a fun movie.
We'll get into it later.
I'm sorry.
Because we got to go.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
Doom Dong, man, wake up.
Yeah. But yeah, 87 rating is my rating. 95 for you.
Yep.
So you guys do with that what you will.
Yep.
We'll get into it next time. Follow us on our socials.
All of them.
The Room Upstairs Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, whatever.
Yelp.
Yep.
Leave a review.
Definitely give us a review.
Hashtag Red Riz.
No.
Welcome, Hayden.
Yeah, and I really do hope you guys are okay with this.
Is that your name now?
I really don't want
Red Riz.
I would prefer Red Riz. I'm not going to change that on my Instagram because it'll confuse family members.
I mean, it's either that or...
going to flip this on me at some point.
In 6 months, when that is outdated slang, we'll come back to this.
It'll either be Red Riz or it'll be Half Point Hayden.
I really hate that. Can we do a poll?
Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll.
Viewer poll, please, for the love of God.
I will watch this one just for that viewer poll. I know what I'm voting.
All right, so next composer battle is Alan Silvestri versus Hans Zimmer, and we're doing the Aladdin battle as well. So join us for that next time.
That's fandom for you.
Okay.
Are we recording? How do you record?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
We've been recording all of this?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.